Or no, this isn't the best.
I'm in the very beginning, sorry.
There
Do you have the slideshow online?
we don't, but the goal is to get it up on our website.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you could totally share this and share it on Facebook pages and everything. I think that would be really important.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we'll get it done.
Yeah. And then I was also wondering with the companies, when you're mentioning that construction workers will come in, I'm assuming they're like private or like different companies from different parts of California or even out of state, like it wouldn't be local people per se, or?
Not necessarily, I don't know.
It's hard to say, I mean, in advance, it could be a mix. I would say like the no locals would be working,
Yeah.
because I don't know what the infrastructure would be like, but
We know that
it'd be so big and there'd be a lot of people having to
Yeah.
run it,
Yeah.
right?
we know that I'm sorry. And I'm a fidgeter, so sorry about my chair moving around. I just know it's probably really, just can't help it. We know that the vessel Island Pride that's doing the site surveys now in the offshore, 3 miles past, we know that that vessel is from Norway. So my guess is that the majority of those people there are, you know, they're likely not local people that are working like that. I think there's going to be some jobs locally. Sure.
Sorry, I have quite a few questions. When you're mentioning that they'll be floating, and that they haven't like done, or stuff isn't developed yet, I mean, how do they know that will work? Do you know, like, if they've done small scale tests?
Yes, thank you. There is a small scale development out in the North Sea off the coast of Scotland, which I believe, and if anybody here knows different, I think that's the only example of a floating offshore wind turbines that are actually operational. However,
There's some off Portugal.
off Portugal. The Black Sea, I know this, there were 5 or 6 of them. Within 5 years, they had deteriorated so badly that all of them, after 5 years, are now had to be turned off, cut down, and towed back to shore for massive renovations. You can imagine that it's just such a harsh environment out there. So that's an excellent question that we have. Andy, do you have something to add to that?
Add to that, yeah, it is, it's very experimental, you know, many of these things are prototypes, especially, you know, but the scale. The difference between what they're going to do here and what they've done in the past is they're going to scale everything up. And from that standpoint, they will all be prototypes. This is all new technology.
So, okay, maybe follow-up question would be, they're still gonna build this thing, and we're gonna have all this infrastructure built, and it may not even float.
Yes.
Right? There's
Correct.
gonna be junk floating out there.
Yes, and all the money gone.
All the
And the
money.
label's dead, I mean, even this was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And who's gonna take it down? I mean, there's supposed to be a, like, deconstruction agreement, and that's not even a thing. They don't even have, like, paperwork and all that stuff saying, like, this is who will pay for it, and anything. That's the craziest part. I mean, if a hurricane came through or something like that out there, it's, wow, can you imagine how much that would be?
We have a question in the back corner. Yeah.
I'm a born, raised local here. My family was fishermen in the past years, and the Chumash Marine Sanctuary is part of where they want to put the wind farm. Am I correct? Is it?
I'm gonna look at Andy for this one.
Yeah. Originally.
Yes, but there's some nuances. and
Yeah.
alternate
Well,
things.
actually, the answer is yes and no. Originally, when they proposed the Chumash Heritage National Marine Sanctuary, it was going to go all the way from the Monterey Bay Sanctuary down to Channel Islands with no breaks. What they have done, what NOAA has proposed, and now it is basically going to probably be the case, is they have taken out probably the major part of the sanctuary that was everybody wanted to protect, which was from Point Bouchon, or where Diablo Canyon is, north to Cambria. So what they have done now is they have eliminated a big portion of the sanctuary in deference to allowing offshore wind. So it used to be the sanctuary, the boundaries were contiguous. Now what NOAA has done, and they have basically strong-armed the Northern Shumash into agreeing to, is that there will be a big chunk out of the center of it to accommodate for the offshore lease area and all the cables to come in, and for all of the vessels and the industrialization of Morro Bay, et cetera, in a quote-unquote phased project. But there is no phasing written into the project. In other words, it's open-ended. So bottom line is the sanctuary has changed considerably. NOAA has pushed that, and it's all to accommodate offshore wind.
They're not gonna pay the Shumash for taking part of their sanctuary?
I could not, there are, let me put it this way, there have been considerations, and I won't say anything else.
Okay.
But we have to assume that they have been given some benefits, is what they
Some
call it.
benefits,
Community
yeah.
benefits.
Because I kind of feel like they sold us out. by
Yeah,
doing
people
that.
feel that way.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, for all the years they've cried about what we took from them and given them, and then they get this opportunity to get it back, and then they sell it out. I mean, I'm totally disappointed in that deal right there. Also, my other question was, oh, God, lost my train of thought when I was listening to what you're saying. Anyway, I don't know what the impacts are going to be for commercial and sport fishermen, but I just went fishing last Friday out of Morro Bay, and gorgeous morning, no wind. It was like flat as a pancake out there. And in the past years, I mean, almost every year, when you have that kind of weather, you go out, you have a great day fishing, great day. We got out there at 7 in the morning, and we didn't catch a fish until 11:30. I mean, I was going, what is wrong here? Something is wrong. And then I heard wind of, they were doing testing out there.
Yeah.
And if anybody thinks that testing doesn't affect the marine life, they're crazy. Because I mean, I was shocked because plus they had closed the fishing from last season out to 300 feet of water. And here we are in 80, 70, 60 feet of water. We can't catch any fish. And that really hit me hard. So if there was a way to stop this, I wish it would never go through. You know?
Well, if you find yourself near the courthouse tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna go
at
tomorrow at
10 a.m.,
10,
It'll be very interesting because the commercial fishermen have gotten this far, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if the ruling is in favor, then they will need to stop what they're doing at least now.
They're requesting an injunction.
Good. Is that ship that's out off Pismo? Does that have anything to do with?
That's
There's a
different.
huge
Yeah, there's,
vessel
that
out there.
ship's laying a new fiber optic cable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's a
okay,
different one.
okay.
I think we had a question back down here.
Yeah, what is your perspective on Dival Canyon dealing with the peak power dips? And just Dival Canyon in general?
Do you mean dealing with like how when we go in and intermittent basically? Just
Yeah.
power?
Because Dival is consistent power,
Right.
but then again, we're using all of it currently, so it's not like we could provide more.
So you're probably going to be really disappointed in this answer, but one of the things that we've really been adamant about with the REACTalliance is that we really only speak to offshore wind, and we deal with offshore wind. And we have had a question before, well, you know, if you're not going to support offshore wind, what are you going to support? And so individually, we all have opinions on that. But as a board, as the REACTalliance board, we basically are saying, you know, we're opposing offshore wind. We don't think it's what it's made out to be, and we're going to move forward. So that's why you're probably going to be disappointed with that question, because as a board, we're not going to answer it individually. You know, you would probably get 5 different answers from REACT members on how they feel. And we can share those with you individually. But yeah, so sorry about that.
Ask them after.
But
Yeah,
to touch on one part, I think it is problematic with the wind because it, like you said, it is constant. Whereas if there's too much energy, like if it's a really windy day, and there's a lot of sunshine, then a whole bunch of power is being uploaded, and then you have Diablo, which I believe, and somebody can correct me if they know better, can't scale up and down,
Not
right?
as quickly.
Not as quickly, so it has to run at a pretty consistent level.
Yeah,